Before there were indoor domes, before there was sanitized arena racing, there was dirt, there was sand, there was mud, real mud. And there were tough trucks and tough drivers. Presenting Off-Road Wars, the real story of four-wheeling. In the outdoors, under the baking sun, through a driving rain. Or enjoying a peaceful Sunday afternoon trail ride through the quiet countryside. In the next half hour or so, we're going to introduce you to 5 faces of off-roading. Enduro racing, sand dragging, mud bogging, trail riding, and tough trucking. We'll take you behind the scenes onto pit road to talk with the drivers and mechanics.
Just a bone stock 350. It hasn't even been bored out of a 71 Blazer. And turbo 400 transmission with a 5,000 stall converter in it.
We'll take you in the trucks and four-wheelers for views even the drivers don't see. We'll look at closed-course enduro racing, up and down hills, over jumps. Some make it, some can't. Then there's sand dragging, nitrous oxide burning monsters on the loose with nothing holding them on course but sand. Then comes the mud, 250,000 gallons of slime. Almost no one gets through, but a few get across. For a change of pace, we'll take a quiet trail ride through the woods. If things get dull on the course, the crowd is always good for a laugh, or 2. Then there's the age-old question of who makes the toughest truck? Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Jeep. Even a few friends from across the Pacific want in on the action. While there's bound to be a difference of opinion. And maybe we won't settle the matter once and for all. These guys and gals will go a long way to try and find the answer. On weekends all across America, things always start out quiet and sunny. A few thousand friends set up camp and gather on hillsides. They say the smart ones come just to watch. Watch the wars. Off-road, four-wheel drive wars. And there's a lot to see, on and off the track. But these folks are here for drag racing on sand.
Kind of shame when it's just a little wire, huh? Yeah, that happens. That's racing.
Drag racing on sand is a little like running the 100-yard dash on Teflon.
The gear snapped, and so did the transfer case. Oh, well, back to the checkbook.
If you can get out on the track.
No alcohol in the pits. None at all. We want you on this side of the fence before we can run the cars.
You stay clear, you stay back here. Our crew will handle it. The more people that get involved in it, the more problems we got.
Sand draggers come in all sizes, from 850 horsepower nitrous oxide burners to great old trucks, to regular new trucks. It's the big boys who go for broke. Sometimes the trick is driving a straight line. Let's take a look inside one of the nitro brands. And the final winning run of the day. If you think some sand draggers look strange, you haven't seen unlimited mud boggers. These off-the-wall nitro monsters love rainy days and deep bogs.
Take the pressure down to.
We're gonna take it down to 9 psi.
What's it normally?
Normally when it's on the road, I think it's right around 30. Can't tell, we cut it out. We don't even care what it is on the road.
What are you doing?
Trying to make it run.
How's it want to go?
Didn't like the trailer ride up here. Oh, man. Don't ever get into mud racing. I'll save you a lot of money.
Names run the gamut. But shapes and styles run from off the wall to off the showroom. In little bogs, anyone can win through. But in this bog, you want something a little more radical. Very few got through this day. It was more a question of how far you got before you bogged down. Way down. If that happens, there's always the auto club to lend a helping hand. Just a simple tow, thank you. If the stocks are having some trouble, maybe one of the bigger boys can slice a trail through the mud. Not bad. Maybe being clean and shiny will help. Let's try pure power. How about steering our way out? Okay, enough of this fooling around. Let's bring out the muscle. Even if it comes in some strange packages. Let's look at that again. Then it turned really nasty. Trucks can do almost anything. They're one of man's two great loves. They can make statements. They come in all shapes and sizes. But the real measure of a truck is how tough it is. It doesn't hurt to look good either, outside and in. Opinions vary widely. Remember, we said trucks are just one of the great loves. Back to trucks. We start with them all showy and shiny, because afterward they can get a little ugly. Then, drivers and trucks are put through 7 tests, starting with the balance beam. It seems pretty simple. Drive a 4,000-pound truck onto 2 beams and balance it there. Or stay off the ground as long as possible. Tough trucking is like a rodeo, with challenges you'd meet 4-wheeling off-road. The skill driving course pits trucks and drivers against the clock. It's the only race we know that ends up with a complete stop. You have to climb over things on the trail, like stumps. Points are given for time and style. Sometimes a bigger truck may help. Then again, maybe not. Well, if you can't do it one way, try doing it the other. And if you can't make it through the mud, how can you be a tough truck? Maybe the answer is a running start. Or the tidal wave approach. How about sneaking down the side? Of course, some trucks just look tough. But showing off can be tough to take for the other trucks. And in two-wheel drive to boot. Closed-course enduro racing is designed to run through some pretty rough territory. But sometimes it needs to be a little tougher. So let's build some hills and jumps, just the right height and distance to cause the most havoc.
That's what everybody wants to do on a Sunday morning. Well, let's go.
The course is very narrow and very rough. So the racers are converted VWs or stripped out four-wheelers. Several classes will be on the course at the same time with separate starts. I suppose a belt's a belt. Sometimes all you need is a bigger hammer.
10, 11, 12.
It blew the engine. Yeah, what happened? Climbing a hill or?
No, I think just a rod let go of it. So, it's the way it goes some days.
What happened?
Too hot, but no.
What's that?
Such as the brakes.
The condition of 1150 is out of service. He is overheated.
Say, didn't he have fenders and a hood and all that stuff when he started? Meanwhile, back at the tough trucks, it's time to move the competition up a notch. 45-degree hills of rocks, logs, sand, and gravel. Sometimes even a stock truck goes right on up. While the logs stop others cold. If you can hit the tennis balls hanging on each side of the courts, it's extra points for style. Of course, you can get carried away.
Oh, it's clean up. As soon as they move it, the wheel will just fall right off and shoot it right off.
And for some, it's just a Sunday drive through the park. the drive shaft right off. And if you think tough trucking is only for men, you're in the wrong century. This gal almost won the whole thing.
I think more girls should do that.
Four-wheeling is also a real family sport, especially trail riding. Let's take a break from the wars and go on a trail ride.
People are somewhat intimidated sometimes by some of the vehicles they see on the trail. Basically, a stone stock vehicle can do it. You'll notice that the bubble down here is probably 5 pounds air in this tire. And this is what we run off-road. This not only makes the print wider, but also makes the print longer. It, in fact, gives you a larger tire. The bubble, you'll see how that flattens out. If we run over a rock in the trail, the tire will envelop the rock and give us much more traction.
One of the things I like to do is go down to the Historical Society and find the old maps of areas around 1910 and then trace out where the roads used to go. They've got maps that go back about every 10 years, and you can trace the evolution of an area.
Kids have just as much fun. They are, Mom, let's go four-wheeling, let's go four-wheeling. They're really excited.
They're all seat belted in all the time that we're on the trails. They're not allowed out of the trucks unless everybody stop and an adult brings them over so that they can watch the other trucks go up. So we're very safety conscious.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the old wagon trains. It's a challenge.
There's something very peaceful and relaxing about driving through the woods on old trails. Of course, you do run into a few hills. The deeper you go on the trail, the deeper the ruts seem to get. Then you always seem to run into a little mud. Some rocks, however, should be driven around, not over.
You notice how he climbs here, he gives a little bit of momentum, get up over the bump. And now he's trying to get his front tire on that root to get it some grip and climb up that hill. Picture perfect right there. Nice driving. Greg goes for it, and Greg does it again. Wonderful try. A little bit bouncy off the tree, but wonderful. Nice idle up the hill now. Going fast.
can go higher.
He didn't scare you, did he?
No.
You're lying.
Yeah, yes, I am. That was pumping the blood.
Stumps seem to be a four-wheeling magnet. Of course, if you run out of stumps, you can always climb each other. Enough relaxation. Let's see how the wars are going.
You've been doing this?
6 years running hard and heavy, starting to slow down a little bit. Living, this is a hobby. I'm a riverboat pilot by trade, but we build them on the side in the garage there and sell a few of them around the country, a few of them here in the Midwest. It's just as much fun building as I think is racing. It's kind of like artwork, I guess. I don't know. It's a nice accomplishment when you get done and it works and it goes out and have some fun with. It's a good time for a bunch of guys to get together and have some fun.
And that fun is super modified mud bogging. As much over the mud as through the mud.
Just take it's a grooving tool, and you just whittle away, and you can only do it about a couple hours at a time, and your arm feels like a big knot. What that does is open up the tread, and also lighten up the tire, and lets you paddle your way across the top of the mud. I'd love to clean it up first. Just a bone stock 350. It hasn't even been bored out of a 71 Blazer.
I did re-clip the hood, didn't I?
Everyone's got their own different thing that's a turnout about this sport. What's yours?
Acceleration, speed. Going through something that's 4 feet deep and just barely getting dirty. I like speed.
What kind of horsepower are we talking about?
About 1,200 horse with nitrous.
Oh yeah? How much you got invested?
This one, about 25,000. You gotta like doing, you like it, you know. You gotta like doing it, having fun. You know? You gotta be able to go out and have fun. It can't be you look at it as a job, you look at it as a hobby. You know, 'cause you're not going to make money at it, there's no way.
With steel sleeve, Chevrolet heads.
What kind of horsepower you get out of it?
It's about right around 1,000, 950. Yeah, it just, your heart just pumps and you don't breathe and you just,
hammer down and hang on.
This was one mean mud hole. Even the super mods bottomed out. But it was one hell of a weekend.